with my co-host Cotton, and this podcast is dedicated to the life and times of the baby boomer generation. The show is loosely scripted, and sometimes we'll go down rabbit holes, and where it leads us to, one will never know. This podcast can be informative, funny, and sometimes irreverent, but most of all, we hope you find it entertaining. Hey Cotton, how you doing, my man?
I'm doing fine, and yourself, Padre?
Oh man, you know what? It's wonderful getting old.
Oh, okay.
Well, consider the alternative.
Yeah, I guess so, but I enjoy to sleep.
Yeah, you won't have to wake up, huh?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, man. I tell you what, Cotton. I mean, with our diet as baby boomers, we've got so much preservatives in us, I think we'll pass away. We won't even know it. We'll just keep going.
Exactly. God help us.
Oh, well, Cotton, as you know, we are coming up on the 55th anniversary of Woodstock. In honor of that, we will be doing 3 podcasts on Woodstock. We will drop them the 15th, the 16th, and the 17th of August, which are the days that Woodstock ran.
Wow, perfect.
Yeah. And you being a big music guy, probably have seen that movie, Woodstock.
Oh, yeah. I vaguely remember it because those were the Woodstock days, but
You saw, you thought you would get the full effect and just be, okay,
yeah,
I need to be high on this one when I watch this
Yeah.
movie.
You know, when I was I was gonna dig my album out and have it behind me, my cover of it.
It was a great,
Yeah.
great album. You know?
And that was a three album set. Yeah.
Yes, it was. Yes, it was. And they had other albums after it, too. I had all of them until they were given away to my son.
Oh, womp womp.
Wah, wah, wah. Quit your whining. Yeah.
Go and put your headphones on.
Hey, and Cotton, you know what will make this podcast special? Is going to be an interview with my good friend who was at Woodstock. And he's going to give us a first-hand account of what
really?
Woodstock was like. Well, first I asked him, were you sober the entire time? I said, that's number one.
And he said, what?
But yeah, he was there at Woodstock, and I said, this would be a great interview if we just get him online and talk.
Oh.
The first and important thing about Woodstock is it wasn't held in Woodstock.
Really?
Yeah, it was held in Bethel.
Sounded good.
Yeah, well, this is the whole point. The promoters wanted it in Woodstock because it was known for its artsy, liberal type of town.
Oh.
Yeah, what ended up happening is when they told them, well, they're expecting 50,000 people, they said, nah, too many people. Little did they know it would be 500,000 people. So they moved it to Bethel, which is about 60 miles away, but they kept the name Woodstock.
Wow.
Yeah. And then there was and like we said before, there's believed to have been 500,000 people to have attended.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, can you imagine? Yeah. I mean, think about this. 500,000 people. What are the logistics on that? How do you manage 500,000 people? They had to be loaded. They had to be high. That's the only way they can be happy.
Exactly.
And get this.
No clothes were allowed either.
Or that would be optional.
Optional, that's right.
And get this one. This is why it worked. Is because amateurs organized it.
Oh.
Yeah. The 3 guys organized
That's probably
it.
why it came. That's why it was a big success.
Yeah. John Roberts, Joel Robinson, and Artie Cornfield organized it. Only one of them had ever been to a rock concert.
Wow.
They had never organized anything in their entire life like this. And only
And they
one
got
was,
those people could have come.
yeah.
Jeez.
And then I asked my good buddy, because it ended up being free, right?
Uh,
And I said, man, did you pay the $18 or $24 for 3 days? And he says, I'm afraid I did. Because he got there early. Yeah.
oh,
Well, what ended up happening was, of course, they started tearing down the fence.
yeah.
They're saying, we don't need this fence, to tear it down, so we're going to get in for free. Obviously, security wasn't very big back then either.
Well, yeah.
Now get this. There was a 17-mile-long traffic jam. What's this? This is L.A.?
Yeah.
Oh, man. There was 32 different artists performed in Woodstock. 32.
Wow.
And the way they broke it up was that they had like folk rock at first, like Richie Havens, Joan Baez. Then they had popular rock stars. And then at the very end, they went psychedelic, like The Who, Jimi Hendrix,
Yeah.
Oh, to get this,
Oh, yeah.
Richie Havens had just done his gig. And what ended up happening was the next act wasn't ready. So they told him to go out and continue to play. Well, remember, that's the famous song Freedom.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And they kept on telling him, keep going, keep going. So, and then he started singing a gospel song. Sometimes I feel like a motherless child.
Yeah.
That wasn't part of Freedom when he wrote it, but that became synonymous with that song because he continued to write. Yeah. Oh, get this. Guess what band should have been at Woodstock?
The Doobie Brothers.
No.
That would have been
Iron Butterfly.
Really?
Yeah. What ended up happening is they ended up having a delay in the flight. They get to the airport in New York, and they look at the news, and there's a 17-mile backup. So what do? They call the promoters and say, we want a helicopter to fly us in.
Really?
And they said no.
Really?
Yeah.
That's wild.
And guess who else was supposed to be there? Who turned down?
You got me.
Joni Mitchell.
Oh, really?
Yeah. What ended up happening, her agent said it would be much better for her do the Dick Cavett show.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and she was so inspired by the press that Woodstock was getting, and that's when she wrote Woodstock, the song.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's not by Crosby, Stills, and Nash. It's by Joni Mitchell.
Huh.
But she was a great writer and she still is. She's still a great writer, great guitar player. Just awesome. And Frankie Valli was another one who was supposed to, I think they told him that, it was some pig farm out there. And he said, nah, I don't want to go. Then he didn't get the message till later. But that's what they told him. That's a pig farm. You don't want to go. Oh, okay. But yeah, and they say, now I don't know how true this is, all right, but they say that one singer was almost electrocuted.
Oh, you know what? Yeah, I had heard that before.
Yeah, because it would rain. It was just rain constantly. It was just constant rain. Okay,
Yeah.
That'd have done it for me. I don't like getting wet. Okay, I'd have said, I'm out of here, man. I already told you. Anything that I do has to have climate control. I'm not going out where it's heat or anything like that. Okay, I'm not getting wet. I'm not getting sunburned. Okay, I'm not going out. I just won't do it.
Yeah.
Never, Cotton, I never go anywhere where I can become part of the food chain. Okay, that includes the ocean, the forest, and bad neighborhoods. Just won't do it. No way.
And don't cut out electricity.
Yeah, but I heard that. And I don't know. And I looked it up to see who the singer was, but I couldn't find any details on that. But I heard that before. And then of course, how do you feed such a big crowd? Right? So get this. When they were there were vendors there, of course, selling food. They raised their prices from 25.
They raised them?
They raised their prices once they saw so many people from 25 cents to $1. And the people, of course, didn't like that.
Oh, I bet.
So, out of frustration, they kind of like took down the concessions.
Oh, yeah, before they tipped it over, probably.
Well, get this, though. The local of the Bethel actually fed the crowd. They came and gave them sandwiches. The local churches and the local charities came out and made sure everybody was fed, which was pretty good.
Yeah.
How about this one, man? Here's one toilet for every 700 people. Oh, man.
Now I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Do they flush?
No, these were just outhouses, honey dippers.
Oh, God. Can you imagine being number 27 and feeling something on the bottom of your butt when you're sitting down and going, oh my God, there's a pile in there.
Well, get this. I am sure people were relieving themselves anywhere they could. I mean, come on, especially guys.
Yeah, really. See, now if I was out there and doing drugs, I'd probably see if I could get as many people as you could to make a big pile of poop, and then I could carve it into something.
That's you. That's your artistry. That's you. I can believe that. Oh, man. All righty. Yeah.
Unbelievable. Wow.
Of course, there was a magnitude of drugs out there, and apparently one entrepreneur was cutting rat poison with baby powder and selling it real cheap. Selling it cheap. What an entrepreneur, huh?
Yeah.
And that, of course, you hear that in the album where they say, be careful of the brown acid. Don't take the brown acid.
Oh, is that what that was?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
He was cutting strychnine with baby powder.
Oh,
what a capitalist,
wow.
Huh?
Yeah, God.
And get this. There was only 2 deaths in 3.5 days. Only 2 people died.
Wow, that's impressive.
Well, yeah. One was OD'd, and the other was run over by a tractor.
You're kidding.
Well, what are you laughing at, man?
What do you think they would have?
You want to be under that tractor?
Yeah, God.
Yeah.
2 people out of all those people.
Oh,
Jeez.
yeah. With all those people, only 2 deaths. Of course, there was a few overdoses, but not overdose deaths. But just a few people taken away because they had the brown acid.
Yeah.
But this is the amazing thing to me, is that there was no reported violence.
That's amazing. Yeah, everybody's too loaded.
They're too zoned out, huh?
Yeah.
Oh,
couldn't hit something if you wanted.
Oh. And the lineup was amazing for Woodstock as well.
I would bet.
Oh, you're not kidding, man. Like, for instance, Richie Havens, of course.
Mm-hmm.
The thing was that they would go for about a half hour, and they would set up in 15 minutes, which to me is amazing. I guess he didn't have to have all of that stuff,
Yeah.
And he did about 10 songs, ending in Freedom and Motherless Child.
Yeah.
And then there was Sweetwater,
Yeah.
Brett Summer, Tom Harden, Melina. It was a big, and it was so funny is that when she came to get on stage, they wouldn't let her on stage because they didn't believe that she was who she was.
You're kidding.
No, she had to sing a few verses to prove to them who she was. And then
Unbelievable.
Then there was Arlo Godfrey.
Yep.
But that was a great one. He was there, and then the person to finish the first day was Joan Baez. What a voice she has! Oh my goodness! Yeah. Oh, and I think she was 6 months pregnant when she was there.
And probably on drugs.
No, I doubt. I doubt that. Well, you know what? You know what?
Never.
Back in the '60s, women smoked when they were pregnant, and they drank.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah,
that's how I turned out.
Yeah, she was there for about 45 minutes and she did about 13 songs.
Yeah, God, that's great.
Oh, yeah, she was just truly amazing to me. She could,
Yeah.
and I think her husband was in jail at the time for demonstration. Locked him up. I mean,
Oh, really?
yeah. They back then they didn't let you go.
Yeah.
You demonstrated, you got thrown in the who's gal, and that was it.
Yeah.
And then
Yep. You're right though. Nowadays, you can't get in.
you get
It's
in and you
terrible.
get out. And then the second day, which was from the 16th through the 17th, Country Joe McDonald. You remember him?
Yep.
Santana was awesome,
Yep.
man. They did about 8
Yep.
songs. They were
Yeah.
awesome. Or Incredible String Band. Remember that one?
I don't I don't remember that one. Huh.
Oh, yeah, I know. You'd probably remember some of the songs, the letter, the movement, Come With Me. But one of my favorite bands at the time, Can Heat.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
they were fantastic.
Going out in the country.
Oh, yeah.
Na, 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 na.
Oh, man,
Yeah.
that was a great one. That was a great,
Yeah.
easy song to play
Yeah.
for a rhythm
Yeah.
guitar. Very
Yeah.
easy song to play, but that was a good one. And then Mountain came on after them.
Oh,
They did 9
yeah.
songs, and then get this. Guess who came in after them? The
You got
Grateful
me.
Dead, your favorite band.
Oh yeah. Grateful Dead.
I used to have a joke about them. I can't remember what it was. It was something about.
Oh.
I know you did not. You were not a very big Grateful Dead fan.
Yeah.
After them was Creedence Clearwater Revival. They did 11 songs.
Great.
Excellent group.
Yeah.
Excellent group.
Yeah.
And then Janis Joplin.
Mhm.
Just awesome. Boy, I'll
What
tell
a
you what.
voice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, once she came into her own, where I think her producer heard her one time, because, she always shouted when she was with a big brother in the holding company. And he heard her voice,
Uh-huh.
and you knew that she was unique, that she had a unique voice, and he brought her down. In other words, you don't need to scream. And that's when she started doing Pearl, her albums, and just me and my Bobby McGee. Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes Benz?
Yeah.
Because he knew that she had a unique, excellent voice, and so what he did is made sure that she did not scream. He said he wanted her to last a lifetime. In other words, be able to sing after 5 years. Unfortunately, I think it was 11 months after that she died of an overdose after Woodstock. I think it was 11 months.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I
didn't
don't know if
that.
it was
Wow.
11 or 18 months, but it was very, very soon, right after that.
Wow.
Sly and the Family Stone, one of my favorites. Oh, man, are they good. I mean,
Yeah.
back then,
Oh yeah.
to have brass, I mean, because they were been
Yeah.
around for a while already. I mean, by this time, you had Blood, Sweat, and Tears, Chicago coming on board, but they were here long before. And the one that always cracks me up,
Yeah.
the song Dance to the Music,
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I love
yeah,
that one.
yeah, it doesn't have a beat. You can't dance to it. Oh, and guess who else was there on the second day? The Who.
Yeah, that's right.
And they basically did the Tommy album.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a big part of it.
Oh, yeah. Well, they closed out the second day. Then the third day opens up with Joe Cocker and the Grease Band.
Oh, the Grease Band.
Yeah, you remember them? Oh, yeah,
Jeez.
So he opens up for them. Then there's Country Joe and the Fish.
Yeah.
10 years after, which I thought was a band that never ever got its due.
Yeah.
And then of course the band.
Mm-hmm.
And here's one of your favorites, Johnny Winter.
Oh yeah.
One of your favorites, Johnny Winter.
And he probably got sunburnt out there.
Yeah, you're probably no, because he was there at night from 12 a.m. to 1:05 a.m.
Oh, there you go. That's what an albino should do.
Then there was Blood, Sweat, and Tears, which was a very, very good group.
Fantastic.
Crosby, Stills, Nash, and Young.
Always good.
Oh, yeah. And now they did not get filmed, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But they're on the album, aren't they?
Yeah, they are. But they
Yeah.
did not get filmed. They do not come out on the film because Neil Young said he didn't want anybody on stage filming them because they got in the way.
Really?
Yes. And
That's Neil Young.
if you notice, the Grateful Dead is not on the album either.
Oh, really?
Yeah. As you know, back then we didn't have something what we call grounded electricity.
Oh.
Remember, it was only the two-prong. It didn't have a ground. And if you remember, if you performed and you got near a mic and you were playing a guitar, it shocked you.
Oh, yeah. You get that.
Yeah. You'd hit back and you'd
Yeah.
have to touch it and everything. Or if you were singing and you touched the guy or bumped into a guy who was playing a guitar, you can get it. Both of you got a shock.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So what they were saying is that they were trying to play, and of course there's all this rain coming down, and every time they went to sing, they would get a shock, and they said, we do not want our music, because it's so bad, on the album.
Wow.
And then a Paul Butterfield blues band, excellent group.
Oh, yeah.
Remember this one. This one will crack you up. Sha-na-na.
Oh, yeah.
Remember? Who was the guy? Bowser? Was that his name?
Bowser.
He was like, the guy in the leather, the leather jacket, the baritone type of voice. Yeah. And then who ended up closing the show? Jimi Hendrix.
Yeah, boy, that was incredible.
Oh, and he really didn't take the stage till 9 a.m. Monday because it rained so much and so many delays. It was supposed to end Sunday night. But it did not end until Monday at 11:10 a.m.
Wow, I didn't realize that.
Yep. And by that time, everybody's leaving. They were saying only about 80,000 people saw Jimi Hendrix play.
Oh, what a shame.
Yeah, because that would be, I believe, him also, I think it was 18 months for him, I think, that he also died of an overdose. Both him and Janis Joplin.
He did.
Both died at 28.
Yeah.
He was in the band of gypsies. That was his group. That's what he called them.
Oh, is that?
He called them Band of Gypsies. I'll be honest with you. I'm a big Hendrix fan, but I didn't like his psychedelic stuff. His experience.
Didn't they say that he never was instructed how to play guitar? He just picked it up and did it. From what I understand.
That you are correct. He was never formally educated on playing the guitar. He just picked it up, and he played left-handed.
Yeah, and he was a right-handed guy.
No, he was all left-handed.
Oh,
but I play right-handed, and I'm left-handed.
Oh, really? That's right.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's right.
Yeah. All righty. Well, Cotton, what do you say we bring this one to a close, buddy, and produce part 2 tomorrow with the interview of my good friend? What do you say?
Sounds good.
All right, my man. Good. You have a great one, okay?
Will do.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. Nos vemos después.
We'd like to thank you for listening and leave you with this one quote. Woodstock is a reminder that music has the power to unite us all. And until next time, may God bless.